On my yes, good evening, good evening, good evening. You know the vibes. You're rocking out with yours truly, the news by Shanewz. Hopefully the levels are on point. I don't have the soundboard tonight. I took it back to the mic. So like I said, hopefully you guys are hearing me good, loud and clear. And we are going to give you the business, because that's what we do over here. We give you, you know, often imitated. They try to duplicate it, but they can't quite get the source. The news by Shah News. Please, Narina, if you're going to be in here, keep it down. Thank you. It's top of the evening. You know the vibes. This is the Source Experience. Like I said, I switched it up tonight. I got the microphone out. So we do not have the headboard, the soundboard. I said the headboard. Look, I'm ready to have sex. We have the microphone out tonight, not the soundboard. But we do have a topic that is trending that I want to get to. Because like I said, I give you the business, right? Often imitated, they try to duplicate it, but they cannot quite get the source right. Just let me make sure the levels are up and going. And then I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go in for you. We just want to make sure that the levels are correct. We always hear people talk about levels, like, bro, you gotta have equipment for your levels. You gotta have equipment. See, that's what we figuring that out. You gotta have equipment for your levels to be changing. We're gonna get to that right now. I'm gonna share this a little bit. That's what we do. Sharing is caring, right?
Trying to enjoy walking time with your furry friend?
Sharing is caring, right? We just want to make sure that you're hearing us. All right. We want to make sure that the levels are good. Okay, the levels are straight. We're gonna break some things down for y'all tonight. Put this up in here. Shout out to Leon, Uncle Leon Muhammad. Hopefully he is in better health, right? Um, you know, I know he was going through some things, right? But I think he's good because like I said, he was over there with Bruce Gas, the Brewster. Shout out to Bruce Gas as well. But I'm just sharing this with numerous peoples. And then I'm gonna drop that heat for y'all. That heat, that hot tamale. That hot tamale. But that's what I'll do. I'll give y'all the hot tamale over here. They don't be ready for the hot tamale, right? Um, let me get some water in me. It's a little dry in here. Mm. All right, so now, ooh, I had to run that back one more time, right? But I want to go to a hot topic. Jamal Charlo, Jermell Charlo's arrest, right? Now this is no secret. Now it's done broke. Yes, the Jamel Charlo thing is out and about, right? Now, at first I said I wasn't gonna shed light to this, but I think it is important that I do because, like I said, a lot of content creators are touching it, but they're not really touching it, right? And I think it is important to actually, set it off because that's what we do over here. We actually set it off, right? Now, I posted a short, right? I got some stuff up on Twitter as well in regards to this and the debacle, right? Now, what I posted on Twitter, right? But I spoke on this a little bit on my live before I even tweeted something about this because I'm trying to stay active on Twitter as well. I'm trying to be a Twitter head now, right? I'm trying to be a Twitter head as well. So, Rick Glacier tweeted something about this arrest. Now, everybody has been speaking about this, right? Jermell Charlo was arrested and charged with some sort of domestic. I'm not going to play the audio. It's enough of that out here. What I'm going to do is, and I got this circled. There was a thing I talked about earlier, and I'm going to pull it up for y'all because I told you we taking this a whole nother direction now. The news by Shanewz. When you deal with major corporations, Showtime, Amazon Prime, ESPN, they have a such thing as a morality clause. We're gonna look that up in a second, right? Now, Jermell Charlo was charged with a domestic type of a crime because now that the information is coming out, like I said yesterday, I really didn't speak on it because I wanted more information to come out. And for those of y'all gonna say, "Oh, you going to ESPN?" No, it's out there. It's all over, right? But I just choose to pull up ESPN because I know when I reference ESPN, and I want to reference this guy in particular because remember when Jermell Charlo became undisputed, he kind of went at this guy right here, Mike Cobbinger, and his coach. Derrick James said, "That's our guy." So our guy, Mike Cobbinger, like everybody is reporting, he was arrested Saturday in Texas and charged with misdemeanor assault, causing bodily injury to a family member who we now are getting the reports was his wife. So each state is different, but being that it is his wife, that is a Ike Turner type of a moment, right? Can y'all follow that? If y'all are following that, please let me know with the levels, right? A domestic, because that is his wife, family member, as stated by Mike Cobbinger. But now we are getting reports that the family member was his wife. So this would be a domestic. Do we need to look up domestic? Probably most likely not, but it is a domestic, meaning that this is a domesticated type of offense. They are husband and wife. They probably reside together. Therefore, it is domestic, right? Remember this, the words that I'm giving you guys, domestic, morality clause, because these are things we're going to come back on. This is the news by Shanewz. So now that we know he was charged with a as stated in the article, right? With a misdemeanor assault causing bodily injury. Now, the audio is out there. A lot of people were playing the audio, which I am not going to play because, it's out there already. But what I am going to do, like I said, we are going to go back to the morality clause when you are dealing with a lot of corporations, right? And we are going to highlight morality clause, and we are going to highlight domestic violence, Ike Turner type of activities, right? We are also going to highlight Amazon Prime. See how I'm laying this out for you guys? Morality clause, Amazon Prime, domestic violence. Now, earlier in the day, I spoke on some of this, and then I seen the great Slick Rick Glacier has a tweet out that I also retweeted, but I added the source to it. And I also have the short out. But let's go to morality clauses now. We're going to leave this up for a second because I want to paint the picture for y'all. Once again, this is the news by Shanewz. Feel free to donate to the channel because as I am starting to educate you, game is to be sold, not told, right? I feel like I've been giving you guys a lot of game for years on years. It's time now that, you guys start paying the piper. Okay. It is time that you start paying the piper. I'm pulling up a morality clause for you guys because I want to break this down to you. Watch this. You guys are gonna be like, man, Sauce ain't playing no more. Nah, I've always been about this. I've always been about this. I'm going to pull up morality clauses and sports and stuff. Shout out to WCS. WCS, you might want to sit tight because I'm going to drop some real informative gems, right? I went in a little bit on my live earlier at work, but I said I wasn't going to speak on this. But after I seen a powerful tweet by Rick Glazier that I retweeted, I said I was going to make this my thesis tonight, right? Now, morality clauses. I want to pull up that real quick, right? What a morality clause is, so you guys can get a definition, understanding of that. All right, and then I'm going to break down some of the things that I was saying. All right, I'm going to break down some of the things that I was saying. Check the vibes out now. This is the news by Shanewz. Like I said, we giving y'all 2023 was the year of exposure. 2024, we are turning it to another notch. Now, check the vibes out now. Do I want to go over the Twitter first? Shout out to my guy, Ron, is a new member. Man, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to pin that, right? Became a new member. I guess we are growing. This is the first. But shout out to you, Martin King, right? But let's get over here to this morality clause, which I'm going to break down. Now, this is free consultation right here. This is some of the things that I do, right? they could my guys can explain this to you. The guys that I work with, the young fighters that I mentor and things like that. This is some of the things that I speak to them about. So I am very familiar with this. But I appreciate you becoming a new member. Let me give. Oh, I don't have. Damn. See, I got the microphone out. I was about to give you a round of applause, man. See, but tonight, unfortunately, Ron, as you can see, I am in here. It's me and Coach Reen on deck, and I don't have the soundboard because I was running around. You can still see I'm in my uniform, but I was running amok. We had the toy drive. I had other deliveries going on, so I didn't get a chance to. I could have went and got the soundboard and everything, but that would have been more time setting up. But thank you for becoming a YouTube member. I think you might be my first. You popped the cherry. But let's go to this right here. Morality cause, right? Now, it says, broadly speaking, a morality cause in an athlete's employment or sponsorship contract provides that if the athlete is found to partake in actions that bring themselves, the club, organization, and their sponsors into disrepute, the club or organizations or sponsors have the right to suspend or terminate the contract. Do we need to look up disrepute? Should we look that up? Should we look that up as well? This is educational purposes tonight. We'll look that up. But it's going to tie into what I'm telling you. If you was on Twitter and you seen what Rick Glazier tweeted and what I tweeted when I dropped in my short in regards to Amazon Prime, right? Now, Amazon Prime would fit underneath what in this definition? Employment, right? Because Amazon Prime now is the streaming service home for the PBC, right? So Amazon Prime fits under employment. They can possibly even fit under sponsorships, but definitely employment, right? Now, we're going to look up disrepute. We'll look that up in a second, right? Because we are on a whole different wave now, right? But back to the morality clause, right? Jermell Charlo was just charged with a domestic incident. Not only was he charged, he has the audio out there. Like I said, a lot of channels aren't really speaking like this. They're doing the nigga thing, right? Respectfully. I could do the nigga thing too, but I'd rather turn the gear a little bit like I've been doing. So now that we know Jermell Charlo has been charged with a domestic charge, right? The audio was out there of him bragging about doing this, right? Al Haymon, let's get back to Al now. Al is in business with Amazon Prime, which is a billion dollar corporation. I have that right here, $1 billion corporation, right? A $1 billion corporation, most likely going back to what I just said. And I believe Showtime had this too. Shout out to Uncle Leon Muhammad. He used to talk to me about this all the time, right? The morality clauses and say how Earl Spence was a drunk and this one and that one. And these guys were misfits, right? And I used to be like, what do you mean? I don't understand. But now I do understand. That's why I'm breaking it down to you now. So now with them going into business with Amazon Prime, and Jermell Charlo has just been charged with a domestic violence of assaulting, because that's what that is, right? It's an assault. Jermell Charlo is a professional prize fighter whose hands are registered, right? Registered weapons. Now he went upside his wife's head, right? The audio was out there. He bragged about a busting the eye up, right? Al Haymon is in business with Amazon Prime. How do you think Amazon Prime is looking at this now? as a billion-dollar corporation and who is employing the services of Jermell Charlo. Let that soak in while I sip on some of my water. The news by Shanewz, right? How do you think that is soaking in, right? Look, we're going to go back to disrepute. Let's look that up, matter of fact. Let's get a definition on that, right? Disrepute. And then we'll come back to the morality clause. Oh, look, it's right there. What does it say? What does it say? The state of being held in low self-esteem by the public. What do y'all think about what I was just talking about? These charges now, right? Y'all see that, right? Disrepute. The state of being held in low self-esteem by the public. This charge, does that charge, how does that charge look? Is that a low self-esteem type of play, right? Is that? I'm just asking. Because, you know, I'm not the sharpest knife, right? I'm not the sharpest knife. But does that right here, disrepute, low self-esteem, does that, right? This man, and I think so, right? If we go off of what is going on right now, right? If we go off what is going on, all the stuff that people are talking about in regards to Jermell Charlo and the assault of his wife, I think the morality clause, now them being with Amazon Prime, you know, Al Haymon might be like, yo, listen, bro, I got 150 other fighters. I have 150 other fighters that I am also responsible for. We are set to launch in March. You are one of our prominent fighters, right? Man, shout out to WCS, one of the smartest guys I know. That's all I needed. I just needed one smart colleague to understand what I'm speaking about, and I am going to go all the way in with the sauce, or like WCS would say, the hot grease. Now, you know, and the reason why I know these things, look, let me shout out. I am, you know, we are held to a different standard, you know, right here. Huntington Highway, a municipality worker. That's why I know a little bit of stuff about this as far as morality and, you know, holding yourself to a standard in the public eye. Now, Amazon Prime is a $1 billion corporation. Jermell Charlo, I heard other content creators not want to give him his accolades. I am definitely giving him his accolades. They are set to launch in March with Amazon Prime. Jermell Charlo is one of the flagship PBC premier boxing champion top fighters. Is this a fair assessment? He is a former undisputed champion. He is also a pay-per-view fighter. These are his accolades. He is currently a unified champion. So I know other content creators didn't want to speak about his accolades. I think it is important that not only do we speak about his accolades, we highlight his accolades, because now with them going into business with a $1 billion company in Amazon Prime, it goes back to what I was just stating over here. See how I'm tying all this together for y'all? The news by Shanewz. It goes back to what I was saying. This is a low self-esteem type of play to the public. Morality clause, right? Let me pause real quick, man. Let that soak in, man. morality clause. So I think Al Haymon, like WCS would say, from the West Wing, right? Al Haymon made the call from the West Wing because he got the call from Amazon Prime. Like, yo, listen, this is not the proper way to start off a relationship. You have one of your premier boxing champions reliving Tina Turner, Ike Turner, a domestic violence charge that is all over the news now. Not the news by Shanewz, but the news period. You have numerous syndicated platforms, ESPN, TMZ, talking about this, not to mention the YouTubers, the bloggers, and Twitter. So when we think about the things that I try to tie in for you guys to catch this source, the morality clause of dealing with read the definition, right? Employment or sponsorship contract provides that if an athlete is found to partake in actions that bring themselves, the club, or low self-esteem, the sponsors has the right to suspend or terminate the contract. Now, I'm not saying that they are going to terminate the contract, but I'm pretty sure, listen, I dealt with some of these things, not on that type of a level, but, when you are dealing with billion-dollar companies, which Amazon Prime is, how do you think they are carrying this? When I just read off who Charlo is. And look, I could have took the time right now because, I could pull up a video. Me and this guy didn't see eye to eye. I could be on here right now, in here, high-fiving my daughter, like, look, he got his. Yeah, whoop-de-whoop, all of that. No, I'm just simply here giving you the news by Shanewz, breaking down which probably is being talked about, in the West Wing. Like, yo, listen, this guy is one of your champions. He's out here assaulting his wife, and the audio is out there. He's bragging about it. Is this what you are bringing to the table? We had the negotiations. You say you have Earl Spence, you have Jermell Charlo, you have Canelo Alvarez, you have these guys. This is the same Jermell Charlo, the champion? He's beating up his wife and he's bragging about it? Are you guys catching my sauce? I tried to switch up my voice because this is how they're probably talking. Like, this guy, the Jermell Charlo, the unified, former undisputed champion, one of your champions, Al, one of the guys that you said, you're bringing over to us. This is the guy. But he's in the news for assaulting his wife. And by God, I didn't hear the audio of him bragging about this. So let me know, Al, are these the type of guys that we are getting into business with? Are these your fighters? Are these your stable of champions? Hopefully you guys caught that sauce. Let that marinate for a second. The news by Shanewz. And tonight this is being brought to you by Source Strain, as well as the Source Strain. But feel free to donate to the channel because, as you can see, we have stepped it up and we are doing big things. But hey, what do I know? The news by Shanewz. But how do y'all feel about that breakdown? Look, let me go over here to Twitter real quick, right? Let me close out of this, right? Let's go over to Twitter. Let's go over to the Twitter. He said Al Haymon ain't protecting him. All about the bag. Well, Al Haymon has been protecting him, Ron, for many years with Showtime. I spoke on this a little earlier when I was at work. When Earl Spence caught the DUI and the other stuff that was pertaining to his name, Al Haymon was protecting these guys. When Javante Tank Davis, the same type of situation where he manhandled his girl in public at the basketball game, Al Haymon was protecting these guys. But the problem lies here now, Ron. I want you to catch this, please, because I'm giving out so much insight. The problem lies here now. When all of these things was going on, they was with Showtime. Showtime is no longer in the business. Showtime is done in a couple weeks, but Amazon Prime is the new carrier, right? Amazon Prime is, I've seen a lot of you content creators talking about this, the second largest, and I have this written down too somewhere. Let me look for it in my note. Oh, here it is. They are the second largest chain, I believe, next to Walmart, or I don't have the exact, but there's one particular entity that is just bigger than, but I don't know if it's Walmart, so I don't want to be, these guys love to say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, but they are number two. And I think by them being number two, they don't play these type of games. And I'm just going off of a little bit of experience because, like I said, I haven't got to these type of tables yet. You've heard me say yet, but I do be at certain tables, and I know when, different sponsors, as I read the morality clause, and people are behind you and backing you, they hold you to a higher standard. And last time I checked, a couple of charges, right, are deemed very, very, bad. Drinking and driving is one, murder, assault, domestic assaults. These are things that, these big time companies, they try to get away from you because they don't want their name attached to these things. A lot of times, they try to work with you. They might get you help. They might get you help. If you have a drinking problem, they put you in a rehab. They get you help. But certain other things like the women beating and domestic stuff, they not really trying to mess with that, man. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? But let's go over here to Twitter real quick. Feel free to smash the like button. I'm giving out gems. Like I said, I waited, man. I watched a lot of content creators. They're not breaking it down like this, and they won't. They might now after I done dropped the sauce on it. But, they're not going to mention me because they don't like me. I talk too much. So instead of talking too much, now with my new, situation and the people that are behind me and working with me, I can come in here and break this down as I just did. I broke down the arrest. I broke down the morality clause. And now I am going to go over to Twitter to another one of your popular guys, right? Rick Glacier is popular. A lot of you guys don't like him. But I'm going to pull up what Rick Glacier tweeted, right? Because regardless of you guys not liking him, I feel like Rick is somewhat like me, but with more experience. See, I'm not like you guys and, hate on Rick. Rick has over 33 years in the game. Rick has matchmaker stats and things like that. So when guys like that talk, regardless of how you feel about him, I do think he has a little bit of experience and knowledge, whereas some of you guys, all you have is viewership, jive turkey talk, failed comedians, failed actors when it pertains to boxing. What do you guys really have going on? Real talk. Let's just, before I pull up his tweet, what do you guys actually have going on in boxing other than coming on YouTube and entertaining YouTuber listeners? What have you actually done in boxing? As far as anything, media, management, advisory. We damn sure know you niggas ain't no promoters. So I'm not even gonna go that far. But media, management, advisory, things like that. What have you guys done? Now, Rick Glazier, like I said, 33 years. Shout out to the Pittsburgh kid, right? Paul Spadafora. I interviewed Rick Glazier courtesy of WCS, and I brought up the Pittsburgh Kid, right? Paul Spadafora. Paul Spadafora was supposed to fight Floyd Mayweather for, I think, 10 million. Rick Glazier said it. It's on WCS's page. When Rick spoke on this, like I said, the Pittsburgh Kid has retweeted some of my work. I asked him, right? I said, yo, Rick Glazier, spoke that he was your matchmaker. He set up sparring. He did a lot of things for you. He had a big time fight on the table against Floyd Mayweather. Can you confirm these things or deny these things? The man did not deny them, and he damn sure confirmed them. So when it comes to Rick Glazier and how you guys view him, a lot of you niggas can't get a confirmation for being a successful worker with a job resume. If I pull up to a job, right? Look, I got my shit on, so I'm gonna talk that. If I say, yo, listen, man, if I go to management at my job and I'll be like, yo, this guy, he needs a job. And they be like, okay, Shalom, what is his qualification? Does he have a CDL license? No. What is his work history? See, you guys don't even have that. But yet you're talking about a guy who I just spoke on, the Pittsburgh Kid. I asked him, I said, yo, this man said he got $1 million fight, multi-million-dollar fights on the table for you. He's been doing all this. He confirmed it. So Rick has some sort of credibility, whereas a lot of you YouTube niggas is jive turkeys, con artists, failed at whatever. You guys are failures, but hey, what do I know, right? But let's get to Rick's tweet, right? Let's pull it up. We are working the news by Shanewz, right? Hope you guys are digging my sauce, man. Like I said, at least smash my like button, man. I done gave you guys like $1 million worth of game right now. The least you could do is smash the like button and share the content, right? Sharing is caring. I do like shares, right? You guys don't, I know you guys do not like to donate. I know you don't like to press the like button, but at least share the content. Because right now, what I'm giving you, others are going to talk about, and then they're going to try to act like I didn't bring this to the table. But here is Rick's tweet, right? And I had to jump right on this because it ties into the topic. So Rick Glazier says, turn out the family members Jermell Charlo beat on was arrested for was his wife. You see, Amazon will ban Charlo and any other woman beater from fighting on their platform. That's a guaranteed in the era of what commonly called cancel culture. Now, I told you I didn't have this plan to be my topic, but I spoke about this a little earlier. If you go back on my live when I was still at work, but when I seen that tweet and I seen all the reporting that has been coming off on this, and a lot of people who you guys deem to be credible insiders with all of this knowledge, none of these guys even remotely thought about speaking on morality clauses, because that's pretty much what Rick is talking about, right? When you read this tweet, and that's why I wanted to dumb it down. And I felt like I dumbed it down by highlighting morality clauses, right? He says Amazon will ban him and any other woman beater from fighting on their platform. Now that ties into what I was telling you about a $1 billion corporation who don't want the low self-esteem type of characters, right? Now I could be on here right now, like I said, high-fiving, sharing like, yo, he got his, right? But instead, I am giving you the news because, like I said, I had run-ins with this guy. This guy attempted to blackball me. He attempted to pretty much stop my growth as media. And look how that turned out. Not only am I successful now with a company as media, I am also an advisor. I am also a consultant. And I also, getting my feet wet as a manager, right? As we broke down maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. Shout out to my nephew. I am the media marketing agent. And when we define what an agent does, right? What does an agent do? He does management duties. But hey, what do I know, man? Listen, I am going to open the floor up. Let me put the chat, open the floor because I'm at my 40-minute mark. If anybody wants to come on and curse me out or just jump on real quick, feel free. Because like I said, I'm pretty much in my bag. I'm done, right? I have nothing else really to talk about. I think I hammered out the things that I needed to hammer, right? Hammer, I am hammer. They call me in the mist. Hammer, I am hammer. They call me in the mist. Oh, here come the hammer. Here come the hammer. Here come the hammer. Here come the hammer. That's what y'all like, right? Y'all like comedians, right? So let me give y'all a little comedian. Here come the hammer. Here come the hammer. Can't touch this. Do. Can't touch this. Do. Can't touch this. Do. Can't touch this. My sauce hits you so hard, make you say, "Oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me with a boxing knowledge." Good, that's bad. Yes, I just blessed y'all with some boxing knowledge, but like I said, feel free. Yes, feel free. Shout out to Coach Reem for jumping on the scene with me. But feel free, man. I want to get your thoughts on this, man. On this domestic dispute, violence. Like, what do you think? Do you think that Jermell Charlo is, a lot of people said his career is over. I think he's in trouble, and like I said, I should be on here celebrating, right? Because like I said, this guy really tried to ruin the things that you just see me and my daughter over here dancing. They tried to ruin a lot of things that I was building and establishing. But, God is good, man. We are here. We are doing our thing. But this is for you guys now. How do you feel? Shout out to WCS. Let's get WCS in here. WCS, you are in the building. Unfortunately, I don't have the soundboard, but I'll clap you on personally.
You get the light.
WCS, can you hear me? WCS, can you hear me? He's not muted. He is not muted. I don't know what's going on. Let me try to bring him back up. Maybe he has to come back in. But like I said, I don't have the soundboard, so I could not. But I got my light up pen right here. Look, y'all see my light up pen? We're doing big things. Hopefully we get WCS back in here, because WCS is one of the top guys in the game as well. I would definitely love to hear his take on this. Maybe my joint froze up, man, because it's looking like I froze. Let's close some of these. Let's close this as well. Try to get WCS back up in here. This is doing. Feel free to jump on. The news by Shanewz. Here he is. He's back. It says device not connected. Come on. Why isn't his device connected? Let's get his device on. Get the device on. Maybe I have to go over here. Let's get him up in here. Okay. It says device not connected. Add to the stage. Okay, we are attempting to bring him in. WCS, can you hear me now? He's in the back. He's right here. Y'all see him? Can y'all see him? He's definitely on deck. We are trying to get him on. But yes, feel free to that is the link, right? The link is present. Do your job, Coach Green, get on your job. The link is present. This edition is brought to you by The News, by Shanewz, is brought to you by the Source Stream. Also, like I said, the source got too hot. Yeah, everybody that's trying to come on, I see you in the back too, Ron, but it's saying your device is not connected. Maybe I gotta throw. Hey, give me the phone, please. Maybe I gotta throw it up because I don't know why none of you guys' devices are connecting. Let me try to do the link like this off my phone. I did it off the laptop, right? Click on this one, guys. See if you click on this link. Because that link right there, right? I just posted that one. Like, Ron, you're in the background, but your device isn't connecting. So try to jump on this one. See about this link. I just put it up through my phone. You know? Try this one. Because the same thing happened with WCS. Click on that link. Click on that link, Ron. I just kicked you out. Try this link right here. Try this link right here. Once again, we are being brought to you by the Source Stream. Definitely get with the business. You know the vibes, man. The News by Shanewz, man. We are working, but you know, you don't have to stay on forever. Just what is your thoughts on this, right? What is your thoughts on this? On the Jermell Charlo domestic disputes, you know, and how you think Amazon Prime is going to carry this, you know? Feel free to give your thoughts. Oh, you want to do your job again? Here, do your job. Like I said, no. You know, I don't want the headset on. I don't want the headset on. All right, nah. This is being brought to you. Look, sometimes I got a multitask, right? I got it now. You look, I'm multitasking. This edition, this edition episode of The Source is being brought to you by The Stream, by The News. Of course, get with us. You know, medicinal. Hopefully I said that right. You know, to each his own, though. You know the vibes. Thank you, Coach Reem. Thank you. But yes, feel free to tap in with, you know, yo, Reem, you can't kick the table. You're doing too much.
No, my phone's stuck in the thing.
Okay, you're doing too much. But you see how I bring my kids to work with me? You know, that's how they are learning the business. But that is the link, man. What do you think about, you You know, I'm learning too. You see my thumbnail? My thumbnail was Al Haymon. Let me see the phone. I need the phone. My thumbnail was Al Haymon has exposed him and kicked him out the West Wing, right? Al Haymon is not about to lose his deal, right? Al Haymon is a smart businessman. Who you think Al Haymon is going to let this Amazon Prime deal fall through, right? They are launching in March, right? You know, but I'm gonna tell you something, right? And listen, this right here, I really shouldn't put out there, right? Because I can get paid for this. You can get paid for this, right? Jermell Charlo. Look, I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart, brother, because I am in a better place in life, and I am in a better place, right? If you was smart, right? If you was smart, right? And if the people are around you, because I'm pretty sure Al Haym is not going to tell you this right now, because Al Haym is on a whole nother play, and this is your advisor, right? But if the other people that are around you that are advising you, the smartest thing you should do right now is check into anger management type of facility, any type of facility dealing with anger, abuse, and all type of shit like that, because that will help you out when it's going to get real thick for you. It's going to get real thick for you. But if you check into some sort of an anger management, some sort of a rehabilitation, it might work for you. But if you just, because right now, to be honest, look, and this is free consultant. Yo, this is free consulting right now for you, because right now, what you got going on is detrimental to your career. Let's try to get Modern King in here. Ron, can you hear me? Ron, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There you go. Yeah, you're on the source experience. This is the news by Shanewz. Feel free, brother. You got the floor. What are your thoughts on this situation?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead. You got the floor. You can talk. Modern King, go ahead.
What's good? What's good?
Yeah, well, I can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got the
Can you
floor.
hear me though?
What is your yeah? What is your thoughts
I'm
on, you
trying to
know?
figure it out.
Nah, I can hear you. We can hear you. We lost him. He was in here. We heard him loud and clear. We heard him loud and clear. I don't know. See, a lot of times guys, you know, I guess he couldn't hear me, but he said he heard me. I heard him loud and clear. You know, sometimes their device don't be connected. Sometimes people be on their phone. I don't judge people, because I too started out on my phone, but it has grown. But like I was saying, back to you, Mel. Check into some sort of facility or go to some sort of classes. It'll help you out in the longer run. And look, usually I charge now 5% for that. You see how I just gave that to you? And I should be on here laughing at you. I should be on here fronting on you. This whole live should have been on some other shit like, look at you now, but I'm not about that. I'm not about that. You know, I'm not about that. Hopefully you get help. Hopefully, you know, this isn't it for you. But right now, the stuff that's out there, very, very damaging to say the least. You know, the phone, the whoever recorded that you bragging about this, and you know, it's just not a good look. But hey, what do I know? But that is the link. Feel free to jump on. You know, we're closing in on our hour. But like I said, I have 2 hours. We'll try to get Modern King in here again. You know, bring him back on again.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, you loud and clear.
Cool. Yeah, man, I was trying two different phones, yo. I got two phones, one for the plug and one for the home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Now I can dig it. So, you know, you got the floor, man. What is your thoughts on this? This is Modern King Boxing. Shout out to Ron Finkley in the building. I don't have the soundboard tonight. I would have gave you a round of applause, but we do it manually, man. What's your whole thoughts on Ike Turner, aka
Appreciate it,
Jermell
bro.
Charlo, man? Yeah, definitely.
Appreciate it. Shout out to the insiders. Shout out to the insiders on this boxing talk that we love, yo. Yeah,
Definitely,
man.
definitely.
My thoughts on the Jamel.
All right, we lost you again, Ron. Yo,
Yo,
Ron
I'm
was
I'm
about
really,
to.
really, really kind of You can't hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah, yeah.
You can't hear me?
I hear you. I hear you. You're good.
Damn, this internet. Yo, dog, I'm really distraught about it because I like the Jermell Charlo, man, but like all this ducking he been doing, man, is destroying him. Karma's a bitch when you don't concentrate on what you should be doing, just thinking it's all about the bag because Al Haymon taking care of you. Like, you know, these dudes, man, they ignorant, man. They ignorant to the facts, man. They not trendsetters. They're more like house dudes. They house dudes who don't understand, like, you got to come out the house sometime and you can't be beating your woman at the same time. Like, you can't be beating your woman at the same time while you're trying to, you know, go for legacy. Like, I feel bad for him, you know what I mean? But I feel bad for his girl more because, you know, no woman should have to get her hands put on. Men supposed to walk away. I know they drive us crazy, but men are supposed to walk away. You know, you don't sit there and like, just because you got money and you got clout, that's supposed to be who you are, invincible. You know, you're a boxer. Ain't nothing wrong with being confident, but it's something wrong with being ignorant. And I just think he's ignorant, man. He's real ignorant to life. He's ignorant to life. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Great assessment. Now let me ask you this: with the new situation with Amazon Prime, how do you feel they're going to carry this? And two-part question: how do you feel they're going to
They're not
carry
gonna
this,
pick
right?
him back up.
And how would you
They're gonna He
carry
gonna
this?
actually have to sit out the whole 2024. I think
Okay.
Al Haymon, yeah. I don't think Al Haymon, he's not gonna put up with this.
Mm. Now, if you was on the board, right? Because you know, I'm pretty sure Amazon Prime has a board. How would you vote? How would you vote for
Okay.
releasing Jamel Charlo? Because I've seen a lot of people, even Rick Glacier tweeted this of him being banned. How would you vote if you was on the board of doing business with Jamel Charlo moving forward?
I think they're gonna ban him also. I mean, Rick got a lot of good points. I don't got nothing against Rick. I think he got a lot of good points because it's a such thing as being a good standard. You got to be a good standard, and I don't think Al Hammond's going to put up with that with his new, like you said, his new venture into a
Yeah,
new network. You know what I mean? This
yeah,
is bad, bro. This is really bad. I
yeah,
wonder how this shit going to turn out for real.
yeah.
Well, I know how it's going to turn out. She going to take his ass to the cleaners. He
Mm,
got a lot of shit to worry about besides boxing at this point. 2024, he gonna lose all his belts. I think. I really
mm,
believe that. And I like Jermell Charlo. This is me talking from a fan's point of view because I like the
okay.
Jermell Charlo, but he did a lot of ducking. He did a lot of job turkey shit, and now we
Yeah,
just see how ignorant it is. There, a woman put her hands on me. I'll walk away still. You know what I mean? I'm not going down that route because that's just gonna cost me money. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? And time and energy. They're gonna have his ass in anger management, all types of shit. He's messed up, bro. He's
yeah.
done. If you ask me.
Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, right? Let me
What's
let
good,
me
Al Money?
let me ask you this, right? The audio is out there. What is your thoughts on the audio? And whoever recorded that and leaked it, because somebody had to record it and they also had to leak
Yeah.
it. So what are your thoughts on that? Two-part question. Thank you, Coach Reed.
I think that I think that person didn't have his best interest in mind by leaking it. Whoever that was, the dude or his girl, whoever leaked that didn't have his best interest in mind. Sound like a jealous individual or somebody who just stands on the truth. One or the other. He just
Yeah,
decided that, like, look, this gotta be said because this dude bugging.
yeah,
I think he got mental problems. That's his best case is to say that he got mental problems from
yeah. Go get help. But
boxing. That's the only
I
way he's
don't know
getting
if
out of
you,
this shit.
I don't know if you was in
He's
here.
done, bro.
I
He is
said that
done. Trust me.
he needs to check into
I live
some
in
sort of
I
anger
live in a state
management.
where like I'm
Yeah, yeah. I said that he needs to check into some sort of an anger management, or any type of rehab facility, right? Because this is not gonna go away easy. It's just not, especially with
yeah, he gotta
that
do he got
audio, especially with that audio. And
yeah, he gotta do that.
I think with the audio, right, the person that recorded that, right, whoever it was, and he knows who that was because that's him speaking, and he knows who he told that to. So the person that
Yep.
recorded that, and this is the news by Shanewz, giving it to you free, the free source right here. The person that recorded that knew what they was doing, and they waited to this particular moment right now because they sold that. They capitalized off of that. You best believe they got paid for that. This was all a calculated move by them recording that, leaking that, and releasing that. It was all calculated. So a lot of stuff that is coming to the surface now with these guys is a lot of stuff that I've been spoken on for years. How they have a lot of people around them that are not official, they're not solid, they're not sturdy. It's a lot of opportunists around all of these guys. Just not him,
Yep.
but a lot of these guys. And it always comes out in situations like this because who in their right mind, especially if they are for you, is releasing some shit like that? What's your thoughts on that, Ron?
Nobody that's for you is releasing something like that. This
Yeah.
person was calculated, like you said. That's somebody who's like jealous or somebody who feels that's like a family member type shit. That's somebody who like around him all the time that released that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know if it was his girl, but I think the dude was his family.
Yeah. I
You
want to
know?
put this out there too, right? From being around them and covering them in the past, right? A lot of times when you grow up, right? Like I've been around his family, his mother, his father, because being around this in the game, right? Um, and this is my personal assessment, right? I think the reason why he does the things that he does is because this is what he has seen growing up, right? Like I just said, this is my personal assessment of being a reporter and being around people and picking up on behavior and patterns, right? Now, I don't know if this to be true, but from like I said, my being around and observing, I wouldn't be surprised if he grew up and witnessed his father abusing his mother. So a lot of times when you see a male figure do some of these things, you think that is acceptable. But hey, what do I know? We always have to say that over here. What do I know? But Ron is on mute right now. He
Yeah.
back. Yeah, but like I was just saying, I
Oh
think
shit.
he might have grew up seeing his pop put it down like that. So a lot of times when you grow up seeing your father move like that, you tend to follow in those steps. Ron, you still there? Ron got a lot going on. But yeah, the link is right here. Al Money, what's going on, Al Money? I see you in the building if you're still here. But this is the link, Anybody else want to jump on and shed light to the domestic violence situation and whether Al is going to release him? Forgot to plug it in. All right, it's cool. It's cool. But shout out to you for pulling up. My guy Ron pulled up. Great insight. Great insight. Listen, man, anybody else feel free. You know, we are still rocking and rolling with the news tonight. You know, I'm still in work mode, man. You heard? I'm still here giving y'all the business. Like I said, I personally feel that, what I just said, that he might have grew up and seeing his father putting it down like this, man. Like I said, I've been around these guys for years. You know, what year was that? You know, I don't know. I've been doing this so long, man. And a lot of times as a field reporter, you know, investigative journalist, the UGK, I would, you know, see these things, right? I would see these things and I'd be like, Then when I would tell guys, a lot of guys that are attempting to try to do these things now about some of their favorite fighters, you know, they were idol worshipers. And, you know, they would just, you know, go with whatever. Instead of listening to somebody that actually has been around these guys, had run-ins with them. You know, my run-ins with these guys is public. That video, right? See, for those of y'all that always be like, oh, you should be viral. I've been viral. That video of me shutting down Gleason's with the squad, the team, that was viral. When they attempted to try to get me kicked out of Gleason's for doing my job, and shout out to my guy A-Guard, he got kicked out. That was viral. So for those of y'all that be on this internet talking about going viral and why I'm not this and why I'm not that, I've been that. Yeah, I've been that, man. Maybe you guys should come to grips. The news by Shanewz is what the EJ say, Himothy. Yeah, I've been Himothy, you know. But that is the link. Yeah, I appreciate you though, Ron. Thank you for coming through. Great assessment. You know, we gotta wait to see what happens with this. But like I said, from my experience of dealing with these type of situations and people on a corporate level, you know, the chairman and the board, they're like, man, listen, a lot of these guys, right? I didn't want to go here, but I gotta go here. A lot of these guys have wives, they have daughters, they have female acquaintances, female family, right? So they are looking at Jermell Charlo as a despicable animal right now. Real talk. He is a despicable animal, right? And the reason why I'm calling him an animal, because that's how these people are talking. It is what it is, right? Because he is a champion, right? A world champion, former undisputed unified, who was held in a higher standard, as we broke down earlier with the morality clauses, but yet he is out here whooping on his wife and bragging about it. If that is not animal behavior, what is it? You know? So I just wait to see what happens with this. But I know a lot of those people are not standing with him. Has any of you guys reached out to Derek James, right? Some of you quote unquote insiders, you Texas guys, you guys that have his number, reach out to Derek James. I would like to get a quote from Derek. Reach out to Earl Spence, right? These are guys that you guys that are successful bloggers and media need to do. Reach out to Earl Spence, a stablemate, a guy that also has 2 daughters. Reach out to Derek James. Get a reaction from these guys, right? Especially Earl Spence, because Earl Spence has 2 daughters of his own, right? He also has 2 sisters, right? So he has female family, right? And he has a hell of a lot of aunties and all that. Get a reaction from Earl Spence on this. Get a reaction from Derek James, his coach. You know, I would do my due diligence, but I don't want to. I want to see some of you guys go to work now. Some of you more successful, tied in. You know, you guys that are tied in. That's good content right there. Free of charge right there. I waived the 5% fee right there. Why don't you guys do that? Get in, a reaction from Earl Spence, off the record, on the record, at Earl Spence. Some of you guys, especially some of you internet weirdos, this is the time to at Earl Spence now. At Earl Spence, right? And say, yo, EJ, man, how you feel about your boy doing the Ike Turner? Hey, yo, DJ, how you feel about your fighter going upside his woman's head and bragging about it? At these niggas. Yeah, at these niggas, man. Some of you more responsible, respectable, successful bloggers, right? Instead of coming on here with your bullshit and your jive turkey talk. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? He said they're not going to do it. I seen how, man, listen, I know it, but I'm going to put it out there though, Ron, because that's what I do over here. That's what I do over here. I rattle cages. The Dark Knight. Uh-oh, here come the hammer. Uh-oh, here come the hammer. Uh-oh, here come the hammer. Can't touch this. Do. Can't touch this. Do. Can't touch this. Do. Can't touch it. Do. Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
Can't touch this.
You don't gotta yell into the mic. Back up now. That was too loud. Keep it skipping. Go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you. Yeah, they can't touch this, man. But yo, at some of these dudes, man. All you internet dudes, man. At these dudes, man. You know what I mean? Start adding these dudes, man. We're at these niggas, man. You niggas is on the internet all day, every day, man. At these dudes. Yeah, that's Coach Reen. Coach Reen is a star, man. Coach Reen is the star. No, put that down, man. Put that down. Just bring your kids to work day. They are learning the business, right? They are learning the business, right? They are learning the business, man. You see, we got a whole new setup, man. I told you I was stepping it up, man, for 2024. I just want to say shout out to all the people that believe in me, that are rocking. We only gonna take it to the next level. We only gonna take it up from here. We only taking it a level higher. We only gonna take it a level higher. That's all we doing, man. And the more people that come into the circle, the righteous, honorable ones, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it because, like I said, for a long time, when I was doing this, right, I was going up against people who were trying to stop the flow, right? Who were trying to stop the flow and stop the growth. Now I got people. Come on. Hold on. A lot of times I was going up against people who were trying to stop the flow, undermine the flow, undermine the growth. Now I got, the same type of people, that powerful people like this. I'm on the bench like this now. They giving me that push. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Yes, can't touch this, man. This is the Source Experience. The news by Shanewz. Don't crash out on the internet trying to be like the Source. Don't shout out to Mr. Gumbo in the building. Gumbo, where you at, man? Let me shout you out. Gumbo was one of the #1 supporters of the news by Shanewz. It's because of brothers like Gumbo with the donations that Gumbo has gave that got me, moving like this now. Moving real professional. You see, I got the mic out tonight. I don't got the soundboard. I would have clapped it up for Gumbo. But it's brothers like that, right? That was contributing to the channel, right? And unlike a lot of these other guys that get contributions that go out and they purchase stuff like this, or they're drinking, or they're doing other stuff, I actually take the donations and put it back into my company. I also take the donations, especially when Jihad Tucker is fighting. And you see where I was at last night. A lot of those kids, that's why they love me. And when you guys talk stupid about me, they be like, nah, Shah, not Shah. I take the money and I get tickets for these kids. You know, they're going to see Jihad fight. They're in the gym with Jihad, right? And all that, you know, is paying off now. You know, so when they're in the gym with Jihad and he fights at the Hula Theater or he fights in Newark at the Prudential Center, and I roll in, come through, you know, the rec with tickets. It's brothers like Gumbo, guys that are contributing to the town. You know, the town. This is the town. And Gumbo said 30 miles from KC. You moving, brother. Gumbo was on his way to KC yesterday from New Mexico. Definitely safe travels out there, brother. Keep striving. You are a solid official brother that always contributes to the source. And hopefully you seen that video that I did yesterday, how I had my daughters, because you know this is a family-run business. You know, I had them recording me when I shouted you out, and I definitely put that out. You know what I'm saying? I definitely made sure that I edited that up good, and I got that, you know, me acknowledging you. Because a lot of times people say I get on here and I step on people, right? But I thought it was important for me to acknowledge the ones that are behind the scenes, helping the movement, helping the ship to flow, right? Because a lot of times you got guys on here, they trying to put holes in the ship, right? Or they trying to act like they are on the ship or in the ship or even working on the ship, but yet they are, like I said, trying to put holes in the ship. You hear me? But like I said, salute to you, Gumbo. Always official. You too, Ron, as well, man. That's why you see, Ron, I gave you the floor because you are another one that has donated. Ron, you got me this mic. This mic, the state-of-the-art mic right here. You know, your donations went to the state-of-the-art mic. Now they hearing me loud and clear. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. See how clear you hear me? I can get on here and spit a 16 if I wanted to. I could spit a 16 like I'm in the booth. And I could spit a 16, but I'm not a rapper. No, I'm not you, rapper. We ain't up here rapping and tapping, spitting and skitting. We giving you the news by Shanewz, man. But yes, Jermell Charlo, you know, you're in our prayers, good brother. Like I said, go get help. This was free. Usually charge a 5% fee. Go get help. Go check into some sort of anger management classes, because one thing about you and your situation, we can't front on you. You're a millionaire. When you have money and you do the right things, you can fight a lot of stuff. Ron made a great point. You might be on the shelf for a little while, but you can always bounce back when fighters as Floyd Mayweather has been out there for domestic shit. Like I said, Tank Davis. Tank Davis is arguably probably the biggest star in boxing right now, at least one of them. He had a domestic situation. The list goes on and on. Sergey Kovalov. Dmitry Bivol was just out there with these things. So you can come back from this, but you got a lot of coming back to do, because unlike those other guys that I named, you actually have this. You was on the mic. You have audio out there of you bragging. That's why you need to get help and admit that you have a problem. If you don't do that, I don't see this turning out good for you, because you bragged about this. That's why I said those people are calling you an animal. Are you catching my sauce now? Because that is animal, savage behavior. You whooped on a woman and bragged about it. You are a professional prize fighter whose hands are registered, deadly weapons. You whooped on a woman, not in self-defense, not because she came at you. We don't know that, but you, from how you brag, she thought she would like that. And you're a champion, but you whooped on a woman. But hey, what do I know? We don't want to convict the brother tonight. That's not what this is about. This is not about convicting the brother. You know, this is not about convicting the brother. But like I said, hopefully y'all was digging my source. He said, nah, Shanewz, you official tissue. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. You know, that goes a long way, man. Because you have brothers on this internet that say I'm not solid, I'm not real, but yet they try to do the shit that I do. I don't listen. One thing about me, if somebody's not real or somebody's not official, like you just said, why would I even attempt to do the things that they're doing? Where they do that at? Right? Where they do that at? Who does shit that a fake nigga does unless you're fake? Who tries to be like a nigga that's not real? So when these guys talk about me or they speak about my business and businesses and things that I got going on, and they attempt to try to do the same things, but yet they tell people this and that about me, it's like, yo, dog, come to the gym. You need a session? Because like I said, you need a session? So sometimes people need sense knocked into them. See, come to the gym, man. Come to the gym, because sometimes I feel like my shit is a little rusty. You know, come to the gym, man. You know, because sometimes I'll be feeling like, dude, you know, you want to test this? Come test me now. Come test me now. You know, come to the gym, man. You see, I'm up in the gym, man. I love the gym, man. The gym saved me, man. You know, when like, yo, people know me. People know me. When it be real dark for me, and it was real dark for me, the gym saved me. You know, I could have been doing a lot of devious things, man. I could have been doing a lot of devious things, man. But I was in the gym. I was in the gym around the kids and the positive energy. You know, so come to the gym. I'll give you some of this positive energy, man. You know, I'll give you some of this, man. I'll give you some of this, man. Free of charge too, man. You know, normally I charge a fee, but if I know you need some of this positive outlet, come on. Yeah, how Jihad did it? Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know the vibes, man. You know the vibes, man. He says, shout out to my man Gumbo. Let me get Gumbo's comment up there, man. Gumbo says, I don't respect those Charlos. They rich, remember? Man, rich suckers. Niggas is rich suckers, bro. Like, listen, at the end of the day, you can have money. Money don't make you cool, right? You just got money. You could be a lame nigga with money, man. You could be a sucker with money. Money don't make you official. Money just means you have money, man. I remember I ran down on them dudes in Texas, boy. I was ready to fight, man. They was scared too. But see, they thought, they didn't know who I really was, man. They be like a lot of these niggas on this internet. They think I'm just some old internet nigga that just runs my mouth. So when they came to my backyard, when they came to Gleason's, and I was on my Bug Crawford, right? I was in there. I had on my frames, you know, my Clark Kents, aka my Malcolm X's, my clear frames, and my homies in them was up in there, and I was on my Bug Crawford. I said, yo, get active. I told my niggas, I said, yo, get active, man. Get active, man. Well, I was disrespected. I said, yo, get active, right? And I was calm, right? Because I already know a couple of my homies, they don't even like y'all. They like Gumbo and Modern Kings and all these dudes. That's how some of my homies is. And I used to keep them up off for y'all, right? I used to keep them up off for y'all. A lot of you guys, man. A lot of you disrespectful guys. They used to come into Gleason's, right? Because, you know, Gleason's is a warrior's den. There's a lot of fighters that train in Gleason's, coaches and all of that, right? Dudes used to come in there very disrespectful, right? That's a lot of people's house of worship where they make their living, their money. And these guys will come in there and disrespect people, right? And I used to be like, you know, that's just how they are, you know. But these guys was ready to get on your ass. They was ready to get on your ass. And a lot of times I used to be like, yo, chill, you know, this is how these guys are. But on that particular day, I was on my Bud Crawford. I said, get active. Wartime. You see my man, they kicked my man out the gym because he was on your neck. He was on your neck, right? Because he's seen where I was at with it. He seen where I was at with it. Yeah, you had your brother and the other dude all next to me, like that was going to intimidate me. What? What? Like, man, listen, man. What? Ask about me, man. I'm him. I'm like that. I'm like that, man. But see, I could be on here throwing you to the wolves right now, but I want you to get help, brother. I want you to get help. I want to see you bounce back from this, like some of the other guys that I said, because everybody deserves a second chance. They do. Everybody deserves a second chance. And right now, you're going to need a second chance. And it's crazy how, like I said, a lot of these other content creators, I see them out here killing you. They're killing you. I should be on here killing you, especially from the run-ins that we had and how you tried to kill me. But you see my daughter in here breaking it down with me now. We good, man. We good. You know, we good. Just a couple months ago, we was on the same floor with Bob Arum. We was on the same floor with Bob Arum, man. I mean, breaking down the logistics with Bob about Marley. You know what Marley is now, right? Four-time. Yes, Marley Tucker, 4-time national champion. I got my man Ron back up in here. Let me see. Let's see. Now, Ron, let's see if your device is connected. Get Ron back up in here. Yeah, Ron, you are back in the building. You charged up, Ron? Yo, Ron, you back, man. You good to go.
Yeah, I believe I'm charged up. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got the floor. Go ahead.
Yo, yeah, like I guess it's because I'm not like right near the Wi-Fi router, but I'm here, bro. Like I appreciate you, Shanewz, man. When you bring us the information, you know, it's very well needed. Like on all the up and coming fighters, especially Jaheed Tucker and the young boy Marley, man. I like that kid a lot, man. And I just appreciate what you do for boxing, man. Like, you know, you go to the fight. You know, you know what's going on at the fights. You know what's really popping, like who really want to fight each other, who don't. You know, and you just see it from the raw point of view, and that's what I appreciate about you and WBCS platform. You guys are the real work that boxing needs to bring more people to the sport. You know, and I know because I watch a lot of channels, but I know the real ones when I see them. You know.
Man, I appreciate that, man. That you know that's what it's about, and I appreciate you. You know, watching Jihad and Marley, but definitely keep your eye on Marley. I told people 4 years ago when he was 10. Well, actually, I've been telling y'all about him since he was 8, but I think people really started paying attention to Marley when we was riding around in Vegas in the 600 Benz, and I was like, look at the wheels, and you know, and we was with Jay Prince and them.
Yeah.
I think that's when people really took notice to Marley. But I was telling guys about Marley when he was 8. The dude could fight, bro.
No doubt.
The dude could fight.
Man.
You know, he's
Dude
dangerous.
got good back foot game. He got good back foot game. He got good like coming at you game. Like young boy is small, but he compact nice for real.
Yo, and he's and he's a southpaw. See, Jihad is an orthodox fighter. Jihad is the orthodox right hander. Marley is a southpaw.
I love southpaw, bro.
Me too.
I
he got that.
Southpaw,
listen, people be sleeping, right? What really brought me to Marley and made me go crazy over Marley, I see a lot of Pernell Whitaker in him. I see a lot of Sweet Pea Whitaker in him. People don't realize Sweet Pea was a killer because his defense was just so intact. They don't remember the real Sweet Pea that was knocking dudes the fuck off.
He make Lomachenko look silly, like for real. Like, and I like Lomachenko, but Sweet Pea was on another level.
Yo, Sweet Pea beat the brakes off of my family. Buddy McGirt is my blood family, right?
Yep.
I had Buddy on the platform. Buddy even admitted this. I was at that fight. Yo, Buddy said it felt like he was in the ring with 5 dudes.
Damn.
He said punches was coming from everywhere. That's how nice.
And Buddy was nice. And Buddy was nice, yo. Back
Buddy
in the day,
man, Buddy was that dude, man. Hall of Famer, man. Buddy could fight, man.
Yep.
Buddy was that dude, bro.
I,
Buddy,
I compare I compare Buddy McGirt to like he's like better than Tim Bradley type shit. You know what I
man,
mean? That's how I
yo,
think of Buddy
listen.
McGirt.
I'm glad you brought that jive turkey Benedict Arnold up. Listen,
Yeah.
if they was in the same era, yo, Buddy McGirt would have mopped the floor with that mighty midget musclehead punk, man. Yo, Buddy would have beat the brakes off of Desert Storm, man. Yo, it's levels, bro. And I like
Fact.
Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley could fight. Tim Bradley is
Yup.
nice. But Buddy was different. Buddy's from that era, bro. Yo, Buddy would have
Yup.
did him how he did Livingston Bramble and Simon Brown. Like he would have did him how he did Simon Brown. Simon Brown had a Tim Bradley type of head, you know, one of them big heads, muscle head nigga.
Yeah.
Buddy would have went all aside that head, man. Buddy would have
No
beat the
doubt,
brakes
no
off
doubt,
him,
yo.
man. Shout out to my man NYT in the
Somebody
building. I see you, T. Go ahead,
somebody
bro.
brought up today in the chat like how long they was watching boxing, and I kind of agree with them. Like I feel like I was watching boxing when back in the day when Sugar Ray Leonard fought Duran. That's when I first started really watching boxing. But it might have been even the other fight between damn, who was that? Shit. Oh yeah. Remember Boom Boom Mancini? No, not Boom Boom Mancini. What's the dude that that I think he fought Sugar Ray too, the dude that killed somebody in the ring or some shit. Was that Boom Boom Mancini?
Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
Yeah, man.
Sugar Ray
Them
fought
dudes
Ray
back in
Boom Boom Mancini.
the dude with the ponytail coming out the back of his neck. Who was the dude with the ponytail coming? The Spanish dude with the ponytail. Was that Boom Boom Mancini or was that the other dude?
Yeah, you
The other
thinking of
slick
Vinny
dude, the
Pazienna.
slick
You
Puerto
thinking
Rican
of
dude. I think that was Boom Boom Mancini.
you thinking of nah, rest in peace. You thinking of Hector Macho Camacho. It's Macho
Yeah.
Macho
Yeah,
time.
man.
It's
Macho
Macho
time,
time.
man.
It's Macho time.
Yeah, man.
Macho
That was
Camacho.
Atlantic City days. Shanewz,
Yeah.
that was the Atlantic City days when Atlantic City was popping, bro.
Yeah, rest in peace to him, man. He was the truth,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Yeah, that dude used to get
For real,
coked
man.
up. Yeah, that dude used to get coked up and party and still go out there and perform at a high frequency as a professional prize fighter.
Exactly. And he'll give you like a lot of swag with it too and shit.
Yeah. Nah,
I
he was
liked
that
him a
dude.
lot, yo.
Yeah, he was that dude. He was
You
different.
know when Oscar De La Hoya was boxing. I used to live in Atlantic City, and those Spanish people used to try me, yo. I used to play basketball. Motherfucker
Yeah.
snuck me one day, Spanish dude, because of Oscar De La Hoya. I'm like, you motherfucker, yo. I was pissed, yo.
You know how
Oscar
that
had a
goes.
lot of clout, yo.
Yeah, he was the
liked
man.
Oscar.
He can't. Yeah, you got to remember, Oscar came into the game. His name is still what it is, the Golden Boy. Remember, he won the Olympic gold in '92, and he had the throne right off the bat. Right off the bat, when Top Rank signed him, he was the flagship fighter. He was the Olympic gold medalist. You know, he could do no wrong. They had him.
He was the Golden Boy.
Yeah. He was that dude. And of course, you know, a lot of times, right?
Yep.
This is
play basketball.
just boxing. This is just boxing. The black Spanish rivalry is always going to be there because there's money to be made. You know, especially with the Hispanic, because they are always going to go for their fighter, regardless. They are always going to root for their fighter.
Yeah.
So that rivalry is always going to be there. T said that's around the time I really started following boxing.
Yeah, for sure. And Atlantic City was popular in Spanish people back then. Yeah, it was popular.
Atlantic City is back thriving now, right?
For
but
sure.
That was the time when Atlantic City was the Mecca. All the big fights used to be in Atlantic City. That was the Don King era. When Don King and Donald Trump was thick as thieves, boy. A lot of money came to Atlantic City.
Facts.
A lot of money.
That was the era right there. That's almost similar to the era that we got now. But I just see it on TV. You guys are actually there. But that era reminded me of the era we had 2023. You see what I'm saying? Like,
a lot
that's
of big
the type
fights.
of shit. A lot of big fights back then. I lived there back then, man. That was the shit. Mike Tyson, Oscar De La Hoya, all the time.
Listen, Mike Tyson basically built the Broadwalk, the casinos, and all that down there. Mike Tyson
Facts.
he bought so
Facts.
much money through there, for real.
Yep.
Man, it was
It died
crazy.
off like in 1990. It died off like in 1994, 95, I think. It
Yeah,
died off
yeah.
around then.
It shifted like they kept everything on in the West Coast, Vegas. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what really also killed Atlantic City off. But Atlantic City's back thriving a little bit now when the Barclays
For
Center.
real?
Yeah. They be having a lot of fights down there now.
Oh, I gotta go visit my mom then shit.
Yeah, they be having some lit cards. But when the Barclays Center emerged, right, it fucked Atlantic City up big time. Because now you had the Barclays Center and you had the Garden.
No doubt. No doubt.
That's where
Shanewz, I'm gonna
everything
pop
was.
back in the chat because I don't want to lose this connection.
All right,
I'm
yeah. Do your
enjoying
thing.
this
I appreciate you
show,
popping up, man. You know
man.
the vibes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marlon King Boxing, man. Definitely check him out. Real boxing fan. You know. After Gotti, he said, after Gotti, it died down. Yeah. Remember when Money May went through there? Your Money May was on the sauce. Money May said, yo, I'm gonna step on you, man. You beneath me, man. Yeah, you a B-level fighter. Yeah. Floyd was flexing on him. Floyd was flexing on him hard, man. Yeah, they had a lot of money on Gotti, man. They had a lot of money on Gotti, man. Oh, let me get my man WCS in here. Why does it keep saying his device is not connected, man? All right, let's see. Let's get WCS in here, man.
Yo, can you hear me?
Let's see.
Can you hear me?
WCS, you are live on the source. Can you hear me now?
Big shout out Shanewz. Can
you hear me now? Nah, see, WCS is a no-go.
You can't hear me?
It's a no-go.
Gotta read the sentence.
Yeah, I can hear you now, WCS.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you good. You crystal clear.
Okay, for sure. Shout out to
crystal-
Shanewz, man, dropping the sauce tonight. Man, great live. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you should get paid for the gems. any gem I know isn't for free, or else they're fake.
Nah. Yo, so since I got you in here, man, you know the hot topic, man. You know, two-part question. I want you to break it down, right? If you was on the board at Amazon Prime, right, and you guys just did business with Al Haymon, now Al Haymon is bringing this guy, and this is one, like I said, I ran down his accolades. This is one of his marquee fighters. First part of the question, how are you feeling about the charges that this man was just, brought up on? And what is your vote moving forward as far as this guy being a part of the streaming service?
You said that was a 2-part, but it's like a 2 times 8, 16.
Nah, let's go away.
2 times 8 equals 16. Subtract 5.
Actually it was 13 plus 13 plus 13 is 68.
68 for real. So, okay, to start from the beginning of it, the new broadcasting contractual agreement. Okay, you know how they always say somebody have to be making an example out of. We already know there's been other fighters with the PBC who has been in domestic issues. Okay,
Yes.
but that doesn't mean that Amazon operates the same way Showtime does. Okay, and I haven't really heard Amazon come out and basically make their point known that they feel some type of way about what Jermell Charlo has done because they are a network. But it's funny, the person who supposedly came out and said that Jermell Charlo is not going to mess up his Amazon deal is supposedly, allegedly, Al Haymon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is new because Al Haymon was attached with Floyd when Floyd got locked up for domestic abuse. Javante
Great point.
Davis when he snatched up his girl in public in front of everybody, that was over there on that side of the building. Who else was in there? It was so many people. So I
And
don't.
I wanna add to what you just said, right? I didn't speak on this, but since you just also brought it up, not only did Floyd did a stint
Yeah.
behind his domestic, charge.
Mm-hmm.
So not only was he arrested, he was convicted because
Correct.
that's when Floyd came home with the afro. We've never seen Floyd
Mm-hmm.
with hair. He came
And he was
home with the
bulked
afro,
up.
looking like OG Bobby Johnson from South
Yeah.
Central.
He was bulked up too with a
Yeah,
tan. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So great point right there.
So
Great,
I'm look.
great point.
So I'm looking at Jermell Charlo like the example. You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna make an example out of Jermell Charlo due to the nature of it? Why? Because when women bond together, when they come with the women empowerment on something like this, they can have a loud enough voice to the point where it affects Amazon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Amazon can take some heat for this. If they don't make a public statement or something like that.
Yeah,
If they choose to make an example out of Jermell Charlo, I'm not gonna lose any. And when I say any, I'm talking about no oxygen when I sleep. I'm not gonna lose nothing. That
yeah.
that hey, we call people like Jermell Charlo in the Marine Corps ID-10 tangos. You know what a ID-10 tango is, man?
Now what is that?
10 tango. IDIOT. ID10 Tango over. It's like a radio call sign. ID10 Tango over. It's when you you send a call sign out and nobody answers you, and then you say ID10 Tango. It basically spells out idiot. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
yeah,
Jamel Charlo is a freaking idiot,
yes,
and they should make an example out of his ass. The way he's been treating people, you've been on the receiving end of that shit. You
absolutely.
know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna lose any sleep over this dude if PBC says that they're releasing him or something like that.
Yeah,
It would be contradictory to what they've been able to would we say condone in the past? Did they condone Floyd and Javante? Because there was no punishment from the promotion. So would you say they condone it?
they swept it underneath the rug.
Yeah, they swept it up underneath the rugs in better terms.
But let's say this. Great point again. But the two names that you just said, though, right? And I know you probably can relate to this in the Marine Corps, just like I could relate to this on my job, right? The two names that you just said, when we look at my job, for example, I'm gonna use my job. They are, assets to the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
Javante, big time pay-per-view numbers coming off with Ryan, face of boxing. Floyd Mayweather, same thing. Whereas Jermell, last time I checked, he's not a big draw. So when we talk about an asset to the company, Floyd and Tank were big assets.
Mm-hmm.
Something similar to Earl Spence when Earl Spence did the bonehead shit that he did, where they like, yo, this guy is an asset. We might have to try to pull some strings. Now, Jermell, on the other hand, you did it for the culture. The culture wasn't there for you. Your other pay-per-view, granted, it was, COVID, you was like 2 and some change. So you're not really a draw like that, brother, where, they could be like, no, you got to work with this guy. You might, like WCS stated, you might be made example out of.
Yeah, they might try something new, man. They might try to say, you know what, we're new to this Amazon relationship, and we don't need that type of heat on us. Jermell can argue the point that, just like we just talked about, there's others before him who have committed the same type of act, and you all didn't do anything about it. You swept it under the rug.
Exactly.
So why are you coming down on me like this?
Yeah.
And that's when I'm gonna be like, standing there, and I'm gonna have a megaphone. I'm gonna say, "Goddamn, slam his ass, slam, punish him, all that shit, cause he deserve it. He's an idiot, man."
Yeah. I don't know if you see my what's the name when I kept saying dude just crashing out in 2023, man. A lot of fighters, man, that just people in boxing, period. 2023 has been the year of the crash out, man.
Yeah, it's wild. It's a lot of stuff going on, and I mean, I don't want to seem like it's a personal disdain that I have for Jermell, but when you talk about a person that has behavior issues, very belligerent, just disrespectful to people. I mean, when stuff like this come out, where he's showing his other side that he think we didn't know he had, we knew them Charlos had this side. We know it.
Absolutely.
We seen it play out on IG.
Yeah.
They calling each other girls bitches and all
Bitches,
this other shit.
yeah. He wanted to fight his brother's wife. Yo, fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to fight her. But we also seen it play out. Remember they I don't know if they still have it when they had their YouTube channel, Lions, whatever it was, Lions Only, or their little, series. And he was ready to beat up the retail worker because the shirt size or something was wrong. Like, dude, you're going to jump on a mall employee. Right. But like I said, these guys are exposed. You're coming off your biggest payday of $7 million upwards dollars to turn into Ike Turner. Saying a lot, man.
But check this out though. Also, Shanewz, is that they had it down as a misdemeanor, bro.
Yeah.
Not a felony. So misdemeanor automatically, people devalue the severity of it. They just say, okay, that's a misdemeanor. Did he really do something serious? He might have spoke on it like he did something more. But has any pictures came out of his girl yet?
Nope. Nothing.
I mean,
bring that up. How damaging do you think that's going to be? The audio that is all over now.
Hey, man, that's damaging right there. That's very serious. You know what I'm saying? That tells the story from the culprit himself. He's telling the story in like a sinister way. You know what I'm saying?
That was crazy.
He said, "Let me change your mind. Let me change your mind that she ain't that tough girl. I balled up my left fist. I goddamn sucked her dead." Man, come on, bro.
Like I asked Ron, right? The person that recorded that, right? How grimy and calculated was they? Because they got paid off of that. They put that out for a reason. But how grimy and just despicable were they to record that and release it?
I like it, man, because it just goes to show you that the person like Jermell Charlo, who continuously disrespect people, he's not even policing that little inner circle that he has. He got people out here, willing. He got people out there that's willing to pretty much put him out there on Front Street, man. The loyalty, the loyalty isn't there really. The loyalty. There's no loyalty. I'm pretty sure he done treated some people in his inner circle like crap.
Yeah.
I mean, how were you recording that shit? Were you acting like you was on your phone? I mean, who did that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was a Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
Somebody said it was a Ring doorbell. Was it a Ring doorbell?
Yeah, that was crazy.
No, seriously. Somebody said it was a Ring doorbell that recorded the shit.
Man, I don't know. I just know. I listened to it a couple times and I was like, yo, this is too damaging, bro. I'm like, dude is bragging about assaulting a woman as a professional world champion prize fighter whose hands are registered weapons. It was just a bad look. Salute to the $2 donation. Appreciate that. My guy Marlon Kinsey said this for Marley. Appreciate you, my guy. But yeah, that was I don't know, man. Dude is a different man. Mel Charlo is just different.
When he was in there having that blow up with his girl, I guess it was for him cheating on her. But she said, I'm not even mad at that. Look, imagine how conditioned she is. She's staying put for the money, dog.
Oh yeah, she's not. Wow, listen, she's like, and I don't want the female to take this the wrong way. She's like any other chick, right? That if you know you're dealing with somebody who's worth 7 figures, right, and they step out on you, you're gonna eat that because you're dealing with a 7 figure type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this situation, she's gonna eat that. But I don't know if you heard Ron earlier. Ron was like he's still gonna pay out the ass for this, which he is. Which he
Yeah.
is.
He's going to pay something, right? But also, it's something that I attach with that too. That Showtime is that I remember when she jumped on Maul's girl.
Yeah,
And
the
I don't
brother.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what conversation they had, but she was throwing hands. From the top
yeah,
position, she was throwing them hammers down on her, right? So
yeah,
I kind of linked that up with what I heard when Jermell was explaining this shit. He said, "No, no, let me change your mind. She ain't a tough girl." But I wonder is that has anything to do with the way she beat up Maul's girl, and people was like saying, "Damn, she tough. She can throw hands." But yet when Mel popped her in the eye, punched her in the eye, she called the police like a normal woman. You know what I'm saying? What was he expecting her to do?
yeah.
Take
Exactly.
it?
Yeah, I guess the Ike Turner kicked in on her, man. She
I
was just
guess so,
supposed to.
man.
She was supposed to accept that.
She said she called the police on me like a regular woman. I said that nigga fucked up.
He's a little off, man.
And
That's
he's
what he
way
needs to
off.
go get help. He needs to go
And
get
then how
help.
stupid he is, right? He sit up there and talk about the police know him in Texas. Most of the police know who he is. I say, oh
But
my God.
yeah, but listen, you got to think, man. When you are privileged and a lot of stuff you get away with, man, that's how you're gonna carry it. That's how you're gonna carry it, man.
Yeah.
These guys, just like remember when his brother, right? Whatever happened to that? Remember when his brother
Yeah. Was
that got
arrested.
swept underneath the rug? When his brother robbed the waitress,
Mm-hmm.
he really robbed her. That
Yeah.
happened.
Uh-huh.
But Al Heyman, the powers that be, took care of these things, man.
Yep.
Took care of these things, and that when stuff like this happens, you do believe that you are above the law.
Yeah. I can see where you're coming from with that.
You know,
And
he
being
said
like you
he's
said, he coming off that huge paycheck. You know what I'm saying? That track and field paycheck from goddamn fighting Canelo. I mean, he's living good right now.
yeah, he was Hussein Bolt. Who you mean? You mean Hussein Bolt, Charlo? Charlo was a Jamaican sprinter that night, man.
For real.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
You ain't lying.
He
But
was a
it just
runner.
seems like these dudes still ain't happy though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You
man.
just came off the bigger paycheck of your freaking career, I would think. But yet you ain't happy. You only been out the limelight a little bit.
Yeah,
And then when you come back to the limelight, it's not to tell the people, anything, on how you been. It's some more bullshit. Domestic
yeah,
violence. You know
yeah.
what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
That's
I think ever since Canelo whipped his ass, though, he had that in him. He had that in him that
Whatever kind.
he had that in him that he wanted to it's over there. He had that in him that he wanted to whoop out her, man, because he took a L, right? And a lot of times when you get beat up, how he got beat up, he wanted somebody to feel that pain, you know.
I
And
mean,
it's
but I would
just
I'm confused also, bro. I don't mean this, just start, doing like attachments. But what did his girl do when he was I mean, did she say something to him when Crawford was calling him a bitch ass nigga ringside that day? Did 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 he look at his girl and she had an expression on her face? I mean, did James Harden say something to her and she laughed?
Yeah, I hear you, WCS.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if it started with Crawford calling him, what he said to him ringside, and then it bled over to the Vegas when she got
Yeah.
the fighting, and then they had an argument about something. Who knows, man?
Yeah, listen, you might be on to something, right? And I don't want to start no rumors, right? But fuck it. This is what we do over here. A lot of other YouTubers do this shit. My sources told me, right, that allegedly when they was arguing, and he puffed up on her, and she
Mm-hmm.
said, "Why you ain't do that when Terrence called you a bitch ass nigga?"
Mm, 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 mm. No, you didn't bring the sources in like that. God damn, dog.
I ain't want to put it out there,
Damn.
But that's what my sources in Texas told me. That she said, and sometimes a woman could do that, man.
Yeah.
They have been known to been cold like that. That she said, they was having a little back and forth, and she said, you ain't flare up on Crawford when he called you a bitch ass nigga, and he went off. Alleged from my sources.
Alleged. So that's probably when they had that moment where he goddamn punched her in the eye, and he didn't really want to tell the same story allegedly.
Yeah.
He wanted to make up a story. He didn't want to say, okay, Crawford was in his household. Crawford name came out of his household. When another man come up in the household, that's dirty. That's messy.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, man. That's foul business, man. But listen, we all have sources, right?
Yeah,
If these other content creators can have sources, maybe my source knows something, right? Now
I'm gonna go with your source, man, 1,000%.
I'm pretty sure these guys are gonna debunk this because I'm not a big channel and a lot of people don't like me. But that's what I was told, man. If I can't come on here and
speak on it tonight too. I'm gonna cite you. I'm gonna say I believe his sources when they say
man.
Potentially this incident spiraled out of control when Crawford's name was mentioned in the household.
Yeah. That's what she said. She was like, yeah, and females do that, man. So I was like, maybe you might be on to something. Because that's what alleged, my source said that's what she told him. He was getting extra, aggressive and all that. And she told him straight up, why you ain't had that energy for Terrence? When Buzz said you was a bitch ass nigga.
Oh shit, she bring in a bitch ass nigga. Oh, that's just dirty. That's disrespectful right there, boy.
Yeah.
But it's warranted though.
Yeah.
It's warranted, bro. It's warranted if she said. I mean, hey, the sources they know, man. I believe the sources.
Yeah. But you know how that goes. What time you coming on, W says? Because I'm about to wrap it up. I definitely gotta get over there and support you tonight.
Yeah, about 9.
Okay.
Get it out the way.
Yeah,
definitely link up. Tomorrow what we talked about.
Oh yeah.
Chop it up, man.
Yeah. We
For
got
sure.
that.
Appreciate
definitely.
you having me on, man.
Nah, I appreciate you coming through with the insight, man. I appreciate you coming through with the insight. I appreciate you coming through, man.
Hey, shout out to everybody who support the channel, man. I see some members in here. I see Mr. Gumbo, aka Mr. Hot Grease.
Yes.
I see Martin King Boxing. It's good that y'all being members of the channel, man. Y'all showing y'all support because he do put in work. Like I've been telling people for years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy to see your growth, as I always tell you. And man, appreciate having me on. Continue to then drop the sauce on them, bro.
Appreciate you, WCS. I don't got the soundboard tonight, but I'm gonna clap it up like this for you, man. I was running late, so I didn't grab the soundboard tonight, man. But I got the mic. As you can see, we stepped it up, but I'll give you the round of applause like this, man.
For sure. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you too. Yep. Listen, we about to wrap this up. Look, 2 hours tonight, man. 2 hours of the Source experience. Hopefully you guys were feeling the content. Jermell Charlo, man. Get help, brother. Get help. But important, we're going to close with rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Eat the cake, older man. Eat the cake, older man. You know the vibes. The News by Shanewz. This is the Sauce Experience. But hey, what do I know?
Hey, this is Coach Larry Wade, IBL Champions. Hey, I train professional boxers, and you with Sauce Talk Podcast. You don't want to miss anything that he puts on here.
Appreciate you, champ. You know the vibe.
This is the news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know?